My wife said to me, like, be careful, I've had these premonitions, if you like, something bad's going to happen. And I was like, what could possibly happen? I'm climbing with the best climbers in the world, I've got the best team, you know, what could possibly go wrong? We must have done every kind of touristy bit within that first day, probably more than most, including the Great Wall of China. But then the big part came when we got to the actual station to load the bags on the train. What was it like? Absolute chaos.
I'll wait here.
This way? So this Trans-China train that we're on for 2 days, 2 nights is a bit of an endurance test, really. We're sleeping 6 to a cabin that would normally fit 2 in Europe.
When we first planned this, it was like, this is going to be great. 3-day train ride across China. We're going to see so much and we're going to learn so much about China. What you realise is when you're out of the cities of China, it's pretty much the same scenery the whole journey, and it's pretty much desert.
So what have we got? What's the breakfast?
A nice pair. We've got some lovely dough balls, some cabbage, like kimchi, some celery and some noodles, some egg soup with an egg, in case you want to put some more in.
So we're now after a couple of days in Lhasa, where we've been doing some sightseeing and just allowing our bodies to acclimatise. We're now loading up all of our kit and heading off to Everest Base Camp. It's going to take us 3 days to get there, staying a couple of towns en route, and then we'll be heading from base camp up the mountain from there.
So we're in the local roadside cafe called Wok and Roll. So we just nipped into the kitchen to see what the action's going on. We've got some amazing wok action going. So this one here, or that one?
It's that black cloud.
Yeah.
That's it.
Which one is ours?
We're at base camp, 5,200 meters, and vehicle's stuck, so we've got to carry the kit the rest of the way.
So our drivers and the kit truck gone. We're here at base camp, ready to start our mission proper.
It's like arriving at the Shangri-La. It's like 4-star quality mattresses at base camp. It's rock and roll, man.
Yeah. Sat Bains has just seen what he's about to climb in the next week or so.
Right guys, move along, so we've got 2 more joining us.
Yeah, that's 1.5 on the nail.
Well, Sat unfortunately has got one of the potentially dangerous conditions of high altitude, and he's got pulmonary edema, so he really needs to get down much lower than we are at the moment.
Feel strong in body, mind and spirit. Still got my sense of humour, but just walking around this terrain, I'm out of breath. So if I went up and if I took it with medicine and oxygen, I think I'll be masking the serious issue of fluid on the lungs, which is not returning oxygen, which is what I'm going to need climbing. So if I went to intermediate camp or advanced, it's going to be harder for the guys if I suffered up there to bring me down, and then that means putting the whole trek at jeopardy with a Sherpa, with a medic, and I've got to make a decision. So decision is health first and foremost, team also. I'm going to go, let you lot crack on. I know you're going to smash it. been gutted not to be part of it. It's been a brilliant 2 weeks getting to know everyone, people that I don't normally mix with, get that camaraderie, and wish you all the best of luck.
You know, Sat was a fantastic guy, really, you know, really good, down to earth chap who got on with everybody, and we're all sad to see him go.
Sad day for all of us, but it's the right decision. You know, you don't mess about in these mountains.
The distance from where we are to Advanced Base Camp is what, 25 kilometres. Then actually from Advanced Base Camp up to the North Col is actually only a couple of kilometres, but it's virtually a vertical kilometre.
Yeah.
Does it still take you by surprise, Ted, even though you've seen it a million times?
It takes my breath away. I love it.
It was all going well, and we were probably 4 hours into it, and all of a sudden I'm walking with a few people, one with the cameraman John. I know Ted was with us at the time, and there were some people coming down the mountain at the time, and we get to this point where we're on this glacier moraine, and as we're standing on this glacier moraine, all of a sudden we hear this noise to the left of us.
We'll get close. We'll get close to the ground.
Down, down, down. On those rocks. Fucking earthquake. Fucking earthquake.
No.
No what?
Not normal for the Earth to move on such a scale like that.
That was pretty big, wasn't it?
That's pretty big, yeah.
And this is what I can't still get around my head. Solid ground just waved in front of us and was shaking, violently shaking.
We heard the cracks of the thunders. All the earthquakes and avalanches started to happen all around. Unbelievable.
We're under a slight concern with a big hill, big mountain above us in our campsite here. So we're all a little bit nervous, but you know, there's not much we can do at 9 o'clock or so in the evening.
The avalanche began on Mount Pulmonary, a 7,000-metre peak just a few kilometres from Everest. It then roared through the Khumbu icefall and ploughed into base camp, reportedly flattening at least 30 tents.
When I came back that first weekend, my family had pretty much recorded every bit of news that was on whilst I was away. And that hit me because I watched, there was one where the guys were at base camp on the south side and the snow comes down and the guys getting crushed under the snow. And I couldn't help thinking two things was, well, three things again. One was like, you know, how I felt when it happened, but two, how bad was it for my family? No wonder they were worried sick because they're watching the worst part of the news. You know, they're seeing this on the news happening, forgetting that, you know, the news didn't report that it was the south side on a lot of the occasions. So regardless of the fact that we was on the north side, my family were watching this now live on TV. And as far as they knew, I was there somewhere, and that was difficult. My daughter had said to me, "Dad, if you're going to do it, just make sure you turn around and come home." And that was really in my head, and I just couldn't get that out of my head. I just thought how proud I was of my family for letting me go to do this, and knowing that I might not come back.
We're here at the Advanced Base Camp, north side of Mount Everest. Unfortunately, events in this area and in this country have overtaken the importance of our mission. It just did not seem right that we should continue with a fun, challenging mission that we were setting ourselves for, albeit tantalizingly close, We will still continue our main endeavour for the reason why we were doing the highest dinner. That was to raise money for the Sherpa communities via the charity Community Action Nepal.
There's all different ways you can help, but I advise you to please go on to Community Action Nepal. Look them up. You'll see that the work they're doing is very transparent and they're very approachable. And if you really want to donate your money to something in Nepal, I would suggest doing it via CAN than some of the other charities, although there are good ones out there.